I have difficulty getting beyond some of the fears of my basically Christian upbringing. I'd like to go beyond those boundaries. They feel limiting. Could you speak to us of capital punishment? Do we have the right to judge another unworthy to live? He's saying the first requirement is that I ask my channel to step back again, because she has very strong opinions about capital punishment. Yes, I do. All right. What the mind holds as absolute can never be perceived as absolute. Oh, it is so comforting, is it not? This is what you are addressing. It's so comforting for the mind, fear, to say, all right, this is right and this is wrong. There. Now there is no conflict. And now we have devised a safe path to walk. All in the name, the good name of the initial inspiration. All truly in its intent to honor the divine presence. You all do it day upon day in your own lives. So that one does not look to Christianity or to Buddhism or to Judaic teachings or to any of the formalized religions and say, either that is the path I must walk absolutely, or to say, they made a terrible mistake. Who do they think they are? They're keeping me in prison. No, let us be gentle with this. There is love in everything. There is also human fear in everything. It is up to you to utilize the wisdom of your own perception to see what is right for you, what is not right for you. What calls you in one phase of your life or one moment of your life may indeed repel you in the next. Does that mean that that teaching has become wrong? No, only that it no longer serves you. The path of Christianity is a welcome path for many. And in its stringency, it gives many the sense of safety they require to take the next step into self-loving. And for others, no, it is not appropriate, and therefore must not be walked. Don't you see? There is no right nor wrong to anything in your world. It is only what calls you at the moment. And though one can look back and say, but look at how they are suffering under the yoke of that teaching, you cannot presume to know that. You do not know who you are. How can you know the path of someone else? How can you know someone else's soul's dream? You haven't even found your own. I do not say that to diminish you, but to urge you to honor all things that exist upon the planet. Now, to capital punishment. Do you have a right to take the life of someone else? No, you don't. Does justice, in the name of its good intent, have the right to extinguish a life? Dear ones, you live in the world of illusion. You chose to be on planet Earth. Do hear me gently. If you perceive something as wrong, you must move in the name of love and only in the name of love to correct it. If you perceive something as wrong in the name of fear, turn around and walk away. For all you will do is add to the intensity of the fear that creates the wrong you want to correct. There are two choices, love or fear. Not simple choices. Fear comes clothed in many different things and will shout at you that love comes clothed in identical costumes, which of course it does not. When you perceive that there is error in government, and this has happened through the history of humankind time and time again, move to change it. but do not demand that everyone else perceive as you perceive. If everyone else saw as you saw, it would either be a very flat, unimaginative, unchallenging world, or you would have entered the Garden of Eden, however clear your vision is. You are not yet in the Garden of Eden, though it certainly is available to you with your next breath. And therefore, those who say, if someone kills, then the punishment should fit the crime, an eye for an eye, if that still be the thinking, then in some enclave of human gathering, perhaps it is appropriate. I am not saying, therefore, then, if someone is wrong, kill them. Life is sacred. Life is sacred. But it is also temporal. It is human nature and eternal. It is spirit nature. How else can we explore this? When someone is killed, are they really killed? Now we are stretching a bit. Well, yes, their bodies die. No, they're not really killed. Every one of you in this room has, in past lives, either taken part in the killing of someone else in war, in thievery, in piracy, in emotional despair, or you yourselves have had your lives cut short, as they say, through the same mechanisms of human struggle. Yet here you are, alive and well, and remembering, and remembering. If all murder could be removed from the planet, that would be miraculous. Before that can take place, what needs to be altered is the sense of otherness that allows people to close their hearts and to enter so deeply into their forgetting that they believe their only hope is to strike out and take the life of another. And then to be taken and to be incarcerated and to be accused of murder. For some is shattering, devastating, the fulfillment of their worst despair, the manifestation of their inner emptiness, cruelty, abandonment, incarceration. And for others who are haunted, who are driven by their own despair, rage, compulsion, perhaps it is the kindest thing that can be done, is to bring them home. I say this not to add to confusion, but to illuminate, as best I can, that you live in a world that embraces everything. You have designed it thus. Would you redesign it differently? Of course. That indeed is part of your homework, is it not? And will your altered design have effect? Absolutely. But you cannot demand that those who are blind will see. You cannot demand that those who are walking into the darkness, that they suddenly reach the center of it and bring forth their light. There are many, many, many areas of profound darkness in your world. You all know that. And for every area of darkness, there is a soul. Perhaps many, but at least one, that has come in this lifetime to bring the light. Perhaps someone on death row will, in a moment of self-forgiveness, a moment of remembering, bring such brilliance to that place that that particular theme of darkness will never be repeated. Someone has to walk into the lion's den in order to illuminate it so the lions can walk peacefully out. Do you see what I mean? There have been endless taking of life of those who are noble and proclaimed enemy, those who were truly moving in their own illusion and been punished as though they were clear and sane. Your world is wondrously creative in the manifestation of areas of forgetting, and it will continue to be thus for quite some time, though I am not certainly in a position to say what you in the next moment of your life will decide to do, because none of you are puppets. You are all angels. You are all God. And in this given moment, if you all choose to release yourselves from the bondage of your fear, this room could transform your world. But it cannot be done because fear wants it. It can only be done because love remembers.